The processes involved in fertilisation and proliferation of the cells in the embryo, differentiation of the cells. So trying to understand what goes on in the embryo and then to improve conditions for embryo development in vitro. We use mouse embryos as a model for human embryo development, and we do a lot of cell culture. We use embryonic stem cells. Also. We use electrophysiological methods and intracellular imaging techniques. So we do a lot of live cell imaging, real-time PCR, protein methods like Western blotting, all those general sorts of techniques.
The broad field that I work on is how blood cells develop in the embryo. We use the mouse embryo and we dissect it and analyze how red blood cells form, but also how hematopoietic stem cells form. And then we also explore those processes, how they go awry during the development of leukemia and also in the adult bone marrow.
So we're working in cancer research with our central aim of looking at prostate cancer and trying to understand some of the molecular mechanisms that result in overgrowth of the prostate in humans. Our bread and butter is cell culture. All of our experiments use human prostate cancer cell lines, so cell proliferation, cell culture technologies. We also use Western blot analysis, real-time PCR, fax analysis, immunofluorescence.
We look at various aspects of vitamin D, including in particular how it contributes to protection from sun damage in skin and whether vitamin D might be useful in the treatment of melanoma patients at high risk of recurrence. We also do studies on bone, in particular how the calcium sensing receptor affects bone cell function, which may be important for developing new treatments for osteoporosis.
The work we've been doing recently is particularly concerned with the neuromuscular junction and how it's affected by disease and by ageing. We work on the mouse mainly and cell culture. And cell culture allows us to do some of the things that can't readily be done in animal models, and animal models test things that can't be easily tested in cell culture. Live imaging of cells, immunofluorescence and confocal microscopy. We use Western blotting, immunoprecipitations, and various kind of functional tests such as electrophysiological recordings.
Research always opens up many questions. You start one research question and instead of answering that, you always raise lots of other interesting questions.